Hi everyone. Yes, I look rather interesting. Before he runs away, this little guy right here, his name is Nimbus. At the house I had in the middle of the woods, I started having this little feral cat show up on my porch to steal my garbage. I took him in, and for over a year, if you got even like as close as I am to the camera right now, he'd lash out, he'd try and smack you. I have a couple good scars on my face from him. But surprise, when we left the unfortunate marriage I was in at the time and into a quieter environment, he is a precious baby child. I'm so proud of him. He, like I said, used to be very aggressive out of fear, and now this is his son, Sekhmet, and they're both chilling with me on the couch here in the trailer. I had to move Cecil into the other area, the place I actually live and sleep. I more hang out over here in this little trailer. It's not little, it's a one-bedroom trailer with a full bathroom. It has a bathtub in it, which when I bought this trailer for the cats, I actually ripped the toilet out because I never planned to hook it up to plumbing. So I ripped that out and I covered the sink and the old stove so they had a nice counter for their food. But I digress. I covered the tub actually. That's where I keep the litter boxes, on top of this covered tub. So, because it's actually like a vintage 1950s holiday Rambler, I believe it's called. I couldn't find the exact model anywhere, but you know. But I digress. I live in another spot, like sleep in another spot, but this spot, as I'm in between houses, is kind of like my more zen zone area where things are pretty okay. Having a lot of cats, it does get kind of messy, but ones in here are baby children. As with Nimbus, who's, the fact that he is sitting here on the couch with me is amazing. But Cecil was trying to act like he was at the Salty Spittoon while hanging out at Weenie Hut Jr. So I brought him upstairs with the big dogs. Not to say any of my cats are aggressive, it's just they're more likely if a cat smacks them, they're gonna smack back. Whereas in here, he was just not allowing anyone else to eat because they don't stand up for themselves over here, unfortunately. So we are down to, we have Nimbus, Sekhmet. I hope you can't hear her giving herself a bath, but we have Minerva sitting right behind the camera. And then Pizza is my orange boy in here. And Barbie is somewhere in here as well. I used to have another orange cat in here, but he also decided to be Mr. Tough Guy, so I brought him upstairs with me. Where things are going a little bit better. I find with cats, especially when I have so many cats, it's easier to reach an equilibrium when they all have the same temperament. Now, I did have one cat I had to rehome because I tried for 3 years, but the shelter I had gotten him from wasn't aware he really needed to be an only child, because he actually had a cleft palate, so cats were scared of him, and so they had him in solitary confinement. Poor baby. But when I took him in, he started being very territorial and marking territory, which I'm not a huge fan of, and he never stopped. And with him doing it, the other cats started doing it. So after 2-3 years of trying, I found an older lady who had just lost her cat, and he is now very spoiled as an only child, like he would like to be. But when working with temperaments, if they're more, docile like the guys in here, I try and move them in here where it's easier. But if they want to be more, you know, rough-housey, rowdy, I try and keep them with other cats that also like to roughhouse, so no one's getting stressed out too much. But considering that the last couple videos Cecil had been sitting, you know, right here as I've been talking, thought I'd bring that up. Oh. I didn't find out until rather recently that Nimbus here was the father of the last litter of kittens that had happened. I had some friends, that's a whole other story, but some people, I'll say, watching my house and my pets for me, and I had scheduled some of my cats getting fixed, and they were supposed to, like, I had left the money for it and all that, and I told them, like, here's a scheduled appointment. And so I thought all the cats had gotten fixed, blah, blah, blah. Well, first of all, they put 2 unfixed cats that were waiting for their appointments together. We ended up with a litter of kittens. And I also found out more recently when Nimbus over here had to be treated for an eye issue that he had never been fixed. And so that the father, which was the one who we knew was unfixed in the room with the mother, was orange, and so the fact that all of the cats came out gray was a little questionable, but the mother was gray, so you know, never know. But one of the kittens, who brought upstairs already because she's very playful and was, I know you want to make biscuits, but you've got murder mittens, sir. Mab looks very much like a little mini Nimbus, so finding out that he was indeed the father was kind of funny. He is fixed now. I only have one unfixed cat at this point, which would be Cecil, because we just took him in, but he is less than a month away from joining the club. Even in the farm cats I take care of out here, I try and make sure that even if we do a catch and release, that everyone has their shots and is fixed. I have become the honorary cat custodian out here, which is fun. Now that I'm 8 minutes in, I guess it was a good day for a ramble. I could talk about my cats endlessly. They're my children. It is Friday right now. Don't know if this will get uploaded tonight or not, because YouTube eats a lot of battery on my phone, and I'm gonna be outside the whole night, so we'll see when this uploads. But where I stay at the farm now, we have a haunted hayride, a little bit of a spooky maze. And tonight I'm going to be running the games. We have axe throwing and darts that we bring out from during the Renaissance Festival and set up. And I'm going to be running games tonight. I had been taking tickets for the maze and offering tarot readings the last couple of weekends, but no one wanted a tarot reading. Sad. I'm not surprised. I'm in a weird community out here. Not weird in a bad way. It's just interesting. Appalachia. So people believe in that out here, but most of the people who believe in it are just of the mind that they'll give themselves their own readings. So it's kind of like a weird, you know, it is what it is. But I had first weekend of the hayride. I had tried to do some fun outfits, but then second weekend I had left my makeup case at a friend's house, and so I just didn't. And so now we're on third weekend, only one more weekend after this, and I got my makeup back. So I did this kind of little heart look. I don't know. I found a pink unicorn onesie that I thought I'd throw on. As I mentioned before, most of my life is still in storage, so I haven't really had anything to just put on for this, so I've just kind of been winging it. The first weekend I have a black and orange striped sweater, and I had black and orange leggings, and black and orange cowboy boots that have jack-o'-lanterns on them. And so I incorporated that into just a black and orange fun little look. But it is supposed to get pretty cold tonight, so I figured the onesie I could layer, so it might not be so cold. And also grabbed this fun black and rainbow colored coat I found in my stuff, so that's fun. I also recently got these sparkly rainbow boots. They're fuzzy on the inside, which is why I bought them, because here on farm, I have I've come to the understanding that whatever shoe I wear around farm is not going to be a nice shoe anymore. So I got 2 pairs of these boots for $10. 14 total. I hope any of those sounds are not showing up too much. Outside they are setting up for the haunted hayride. Currently my fiance is hammering rebar into the ground to put tiki torches on. I don't think he knows I'm in here. He came upstairs to hand me back the key to the trailer because he had come over here last night to grab something for me and still had the key. He came up as I was waiting, and I already had my makeup done, and it took him a solid 30 seconds to, stop searching for the key. And when he saw me, he was like, which I thought was funny. Always interesting. Especially interesting for me is pink. Growing up, I really didn't like the color pink. I really preferred black monochrome, which I do still definitely have enough of a wardrobe to still do black monochrome. But most days I am pretty rainbow, which is polar opposite of how I used to be. And even when I started dyeing my hair, I started at just blue. And you're probably thinking, but all the videos I've seen have been pink on this channel besides my natural hair color. Aha. You see, I didn't start really doing videos when I had my original hair color when I first dyed it. It was more like a green blue. It didn't come out very well. But at the time, my friend, I always did blue, she always did pink. And I ran out of hair dye, and I was really disappointed because my hair was looking bad. And she's like, hey, I'm staying blonde for a while. Do you want to just use my pink? And I discovered that this shade of pink actually looks pretty good on me. And so I did strictly pink for a while, and then there were a couple of times I did the pink roots with the blue, and now pink with blue is like my go-to. One of my OG subscribers mentioned that in one of my older videos I actually did have a wig similar to this hair, and it was more striped pink and blue versus the ombre from pink to blue. But I did notice that the other day when I was brushing my hair. I was like, oh, I used to have a wig this color, and this, in fact, it was this length. My natural hair is actually a little bit longer than that wig was, and I liked that wig because it was long hair. So it's nice, because for the longest time I'm a solid, it's 8 inches, 10 inches longer than it had been for a while. And so every time I'm like, oh, but what if I just cut it again? I'm trying to be like, no, you worked hard for this, don't do that. But mostly I just wanted to come on and talk for a second while I had this interesting get up going on. I think it's fun to do makeup. I really do love fashion. I have a massive wardrobe that's all in storage, but I really love fashion. I love doing really outlandish looks for no reason. I'm the kind of person you see all basically in drag to go to the grocery store. Why? Why not? Why not have fun with it? I have this meat suit. Life's too short to not customize your character, and so I do. Although what I have on right now is not really a vibe, because this is like, I figured I'd see the butterflies possibly under the unicorn thing, and then these pants were more so, they would just kind of blend in under this unicorn onesie thing. But currently, it is a solid 80 degrees in this trailer. I like to keep it nice and toasty for the cats, although they do get air conditioning in the summer. But it drops low at night, and this doesn't have a temperature control, it's just on or off, so I figure as long as it's not getting above 80 during the day, it'll keep it nice and warm at night and everybody's happy. So, I think I'm going to call it here on this video, and I hope everyone's having a lovely day and or night, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.